Hi Flosstube, it's Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher. I am back with Flosstube number 22. Today is Friday, June 23rd, 2023. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, one of my subscribers, you're returning, I'm so happy to have you back. I'm glad that you enjoy what you see and you come back and you comment. I love it. I love our conversations and the community we're growing. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome here. I hope you see something you like and that you will be inclined to subscribe and like. And if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed, I would like to encourage you to please subscribe because it really helps my channel. It gets me recommended to more people and it really helps me grow my channel. I would really appreciate it, especially if you've come back a few times. Please subscribe, be part of the family. I'd love that. I'm going to say at the beginning of this video, because I have skipped it in my list in the last two videos, there is a Flosstube channel I would like to highly recommend to you, and I feel like I'm late to the game now because I've heard other people recommending them and I'm going, I forgot. I would like to recommend that you go see Running with Scissors with Jane and Julie. They have a wonderful Flosstube. They have just passed the 1 year mark, so they've been around longer than I have. They show wonderful, wonderful work. Julie is a teacher and an expert in Hardanger. And Julie, I will probably never take up Hardanger, but it is the needlework of my people. Jane loves Shepherd's Bush. She shows all kinds of wonderful projects finished and things that she's working on. And I'll tell you, Jane, I have just purchased my first Shepherd's Bush pattern, so watch for things to come. I hope you'll stop in and see them. And another thing I want to say about our Flosstube community is that this is not a zero-sum game. When someone's channel gets subscribers, that doesn't take subscribers away from someone else. It just grows the community. And I think we increase our viewership because everyone has something different to present, a little different style. They appeal to different people. There's just so much room in this universe of cross-stitching that there's room for more. And so welcome to any new Flosstubers who are out there. Make your space and make it grow. Okay, another thing I want to mention from the last video is I had asked for opinions on finishing for my Elizabeth Isles. And Team Velvet won, hands down. Everyone said use the velvet on the topper. I will. Several other subscribers said use the fabric on the bottom. And I'm going to do that because then I won't be using a chunk of linen. I'll use this on the bottom. So thank you very much. So Elizabeth Isles is now in my get to it and get it finished pile. Excuse me as I gracefully roll over here to the side. Sorry. Okay, I have a ton to show you. I have finishes, I have fully finished items, framed and otherwise, and my whips, and my last video was on May 26th, and the following regular scheduled time when I would have recorded, I was at StitchCon. So the next Friday, which was last Friday, I filmed a little review of StitchCon, and now today I'm back on my scheduled every other Friday for Flosstube. So this is my regular Flosstube, but it's covering for 3 weeks because I've already covered StitchCon. I'm not going to cover that again. So let's start out with the fully finished objects. I showed you a few. I had a few of these little pillows. Brenda Gervais, the Snowball. There are 7 little pillows in there. I don't remember which ones I showed you, honestly. I don't know. But the smaller ones, I used the mini Poms from Lady Dot. That's what it is. I think they're easier on smaller pillows than Rick Rack. So I save Rick Rack for the larger pillows. And I stuffed all of these with fiber fill. I didn't put lizard litter in them. I don't know. I thought they were fine. So the 2 larger of the pillows I did do rickrack, and all of the pillows have the same backing. It's a white on white with snowflakes. I think you can see that. And then the cute little buttons on there from Just Another Button Company. So these little winter pillows are done, and they are ready to go to Florida. Go to the Florida box. Don't forget to take it to Florida. Okay, so there you go. Sorry. Again, gracefully rolling away. Okay, so those are the pillows I finished. I went to Hobby Lobby and got 7 items framed. Oh my word. It had to happen sometime, right? Okay, the first one I want to show you is Redbird Sampler, Brenda Gervais. Look at that frame. It's metallic. I can't tell if it's gold or silver, but it's a metallic, and I just love it. I saw someone online, I don't know if it was a Flosstube or Instagram, where they had framed it in a red frame, and it was beautiful, but the red I saw wasn't right, so I went with this one, and I'm really happy with it. I stitched this on 36 count grog from Bestitch Me. I used mostly DMCs, but I also used some Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. If you really want to know the breakdown of that, I'd be happy to let you know. Just send me an email and I'll send it to you. So, Redbird Sampler, Brenda Gervais. And let's see if Flosstube can do a decent thumbnail instead of having me with my eyes half closed or making a stupid expression. I'm going to give them time. Okay. Next, Rosa Sugars from Hands Across the Sea. Little 4-year-old Rosa Sugars. Look at the detail on this frame. I love that little inset there. I love that. I stitched Rosa Sugars on 40 count linen, cream and sugar from Fiber on a Whim. I used all DMC floss according to what Nicola recommends in the pattern as a substitute for the silks, and I love it. The colors are gorgeous. Sweet little 4-year-old girl. Another one I'm happy to have. I'm getting ready to do an arrangement on my wall. I'm getting enough. Okay. Next, Mighty Acorn from Blackbird Designs. This pattern is in the Winds of Autumn book, right? Winds of Autumn, yes. I stitched this on 36 count Wren from Picture This Plus. I used mostly DMC, but I also used some Weeks Dye Works. And if you want to know the breakdown of that, again, send me an email. I'll be happy to share that. But Winds of Autumn, I love this frame. I think it is so perfect to pick up these colors. It has this little gold on the inside, and I don't know if you can see the details on that wood on the outside, but it looks almost like knot holes or nail holes, or then it was pieced. I just think it's so perfect for this. So perfect. Mighty Acorn. Okay, I'm running out of space to stack these now. Okay. Next, Rosetta Featherstone. I started Rosetta Featherstone on my birthday in 2022, and I finished her in December of 2022, so I got her done within a year. I stitched her on 18 count Ada, antique white, and I gave it a coffee dunk, if you recall that whole discussion. I stitched it entirely with DMC floss, and this was an exclusive from Traditional Stitches in, I think, Calgary. I know they're in Canada. I'm sorry. I apologize to my Canadian friends. Anyway, Rosetta Featherstone. Love the colors. I do. At first, I thought, oh my gosh, they're garish. Look at that orange with this color or that. I love it. I think it's great. And again, it's a really simple frame, and I thought that was good with all the colors and the busyness in the picture. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Okay. It didn't do anything, but I whacked it. Next, Helene Schnorr from JBW Designs. This is in her Collections 2. This is a reproduction of an antique sampler from Judy Whitman, again, JBW Designs. I stitched this on 36 count linen. I can't identify the color or the manufacturer. And I used DMC 3328 because Judy said that most closely matched the antique. And I'm so thrilled with it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the frame. You see the simple curve on it? I just thought that was a simple finish. Is just gonna let the red just shine. Very happy with this one too. Helen Schnorr, JBW Designs. This next one, my framer would have kept. I love that. I love it too. Where'd my card go? Oh, it fell out. It's Halloween Quaker, and I always have to look because for a long time I was calling it Quaker Halloween. It's Halloween Quaker from Leela Studio. I stitched this on 40 count Tornado from Fox and Rabbit. I used many DMC colors, but I also used Classic Colorworks, several Classic Colorworks. And if you want to know specifically, send me an email and I'll let you know. But I love this frame. Oh, can you see the detail on the frame? Maybe the light can catch it on the edge. You see that? Love that. Love that. So happy it's done. I struggled with that spider web in the center there, but it's fine. It's fine. Happy to have it done. Happy to hang it up and put it with all my other Halloween things. Grandkids will love it. Okay, number 7. Christmas at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash Designs. Let me see what I did here. This is stitched on 36 count Oaken from Picture This Plus. Oh, come on, so you see it, okay. I stitched with Gentle Arts, almost all Gentle Arts, but I used DMC 869 and I used Anchor Black. It is so lovely. So lovely. And that border was such a challenge. But it was fun to get it done. And I followed what she said she did in the roof. She kind of did random diamond shapes as the variegated floss changed colors. And I actually got some of it to show up. Can you see it? I think you can see it a little bit. So that was fun. That was fun to do. So that's Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. 7. Whew. It was pretty much work that I did when I was in Florida. Now, if I can gracefully push this Rubbermaid tub out of the way, so I can, there, back, okay. Okay, so those are my framed pieces. I have some stitch finishes, not completely finished, but stitch finishes. I worked on Star Spangled Ornaments as part of Red, White, and June Stitch Along with Flat Quarter Shop. Making a shadow here. I showed this before, and I started working on these at StitchCon. Ouch, I've got pins here. Okay, I have 2 of them completely finished, and I could finish the rest of them if I had more fender washers. Okay, so here are the 2. I followed Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial on how to make those tiny little bows, and I put a 2023 charm in the center. I'm using the tart tins that I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop and the pre-cut circles from Fat Quarter Shop. Wonderful. I glued the magnet to the tin with E6000 glue, and I glued the fender washer, see what it looks like there, with hot glue to the back of the ornament. That way you don't have to use 2 magnets, and it's lighter weight than having 2 magnets. And there it is, simple. So 2 of them are done. But for the fender washers, I would be done. And I have to tie more bows. But okay, let me show them to you. I figured out a way to display. Here are the other 10. Also cute. Also cute. So they're from sSewEmma, Fat Quarter Shop, part of Red, White, and June Stitch Along. It was great fun. I love these pre-cut circles. They're perfect for the tartan size. Perfect. That's why I wanted to be sure to do magnets so I can switch out with other themed ornaments. I don't know if I missed a Halloween or something, but I know they had Valentine. I know I saw that online the other day. So, Star Spangled Ornaments from Fat Quarter Shop. And let's see if I can do that without making them fall. Okay, the other, oh, I know, fender washers. If you're wondering what they are, this is the package. They're called fender washers. And I do not know if Mr. Enabler found this at hardware store or Lowe's, but they come in a package of 8, relatively inexpensive and cheaper than magnets, and they don't add the weight to your project like of having double magnets. So that's what I use for that. Okay, Stitch Camp. I finished my stitch for Stitch Camp, and I have to get this picture posted. I haven't done that yet. This is from Cecilia Turner, Heart in Hand, the Hummingbird sampler. So happy to be able to have that. There's my finished stitch. I have it date, the year and my initials. Now I have to go through my stash and see if I have an appropriate green fabric to finish the cute little pillow. If not, I may have to go shop for fabric. Wow, what a strain that will be, right? So that's another finish. Whew, got a lot done. Okay, my whips. Now these are going back to May 26th because that was my last Flosstube. And on that day, I stitched on my Forget-Me-Not sampler, which, if you've been watching, of course you've seen this, but if you're new, you haven't. This is, the pattern is Modern Folk Embroidery Forget-Me-Not. Katie Strachan used this as the basis for her Simple Harmony box, and she has shared a plan to how to do it, to complete it for the box. So here's the plan for the cover, and she shows it, you know, like this part is the regular part of the pattern. This part you have to mirror and put more, and then you have to plug in some other things from another page for the top of the box. Then there's the front of the box, the right side of the box, the left side of the box, the back side of the box for stitching. So I have lots of stitching to go. Oops, here is my progress. Here's my progress so far. So the top of the box comes over to about here, and then this part will fold down on that side. And I have more, clearly, more stitching to do for the lid. I'm still working on the lid, guys. Oh, okay. So it's going to take me a while. But it's a great project. I'm using this to memorialize 6 generations in my maternal line. And I mentioned last time, maybe you didn't see my review of StitchCon, but I saw Chris Byrne at StitchCon, and Chris is from Mountain Craft Studio. She has completed her box, and she has more generations. She must have like maybe 9 generations or more, Chris. I don't know how many. But I was so happy to be able to take close-ups of her box because that just gives me more ideas of, you know, things that I can source out to finish my box too. She just did a beautiful, beautiful job. So that's Forget-Me-Not from Modern Folk Embroidery, based on Katie Strachan's Simple Harmony box. But I'm doing mine more closely to what Chris did from Mountain Craft Studio. You want to stop by and see her. If you don't subscribe to her, you definitely want to stop by and see her. Okay, so I did some new starts. If you recall last time, I finished stitching my previous focus piece, which was Baby It's Cold Outside. And at that point, Jane Hopkins became my oldest whip. I started her on January 1st this year, and she is now my oldest whip. So she's my new focus piece, and I'm kind of backed up. I have started my fourth book. This is my system for keeping track of my projects is these books from Fat Quarter Shop. So this is my third book, and in the end of my third book, there are 3 items that do not have a finish date on them. That means those 3 items are the only ones in this whole book that are not done. Jane Hopkins, Maria Vincenza Laricchia, and Red Deer Sampler. All big projects. So when I got to that and saw, oh, Jane is now my focus, and I only have 2 other really big projects, I'm going to start some things that are smaller and I can get done and make some progress on some things. I still consider this my year to concentrate on samplers, but I need to do a little adjusting because I really backed myself in the corner with all these huge projects. So this is what I'm doing. I'm starting some new ones. So one of my new starts is JBW Designs, Eliza's French Birds. So sweet. This came out at Market. It's very popular, very, very popular. I believe there still is a sale going on, or maybe it's done. Annie Proper Stitcher hosted the sale, and hers is finished and just gorgeous. And it's so gorgeous. Framed. I fully copied her. I already have the frame. I bought it on Amazon. I'm ready to get this finished. Okay, let me flip this so we can see. Okay, so I've pretty much finished down here, the bird and this whole part of the branch. I'm still going to put her name and the year. And I've just gotten some of the bones of the branch here. I have another bird here and more branch and berries coming over here. But I haven't spent much time on it, and I've really made really good progress. So I'm very happy with that. I am stitching this on, just a minute. I'm stitching this on 30 count Winter Moon linen. I bought it at 123 Stitch. I don't know the manufacturer of it, but it's a beautiful fabric and I love it. And I'm glad it's a big piece. I'll have more for another project or other projects. And I'm using all the called for floss. Yay me, just like a grown-up, huh? I didn't switch it all to DMC. Okay, another new start from Scarlet House, Little Red Chair Sampler. Okay, Little Red Chair. Sorry, licking my finger, that's the way I am. I'm stitching this on 40 count Meadow Rue. My start is, here I put my needle at the top to remind myself where was the top. 40 count Meadow Rue. I've done the border and it matched up. I'm just starting to fill in the border a little bit, but I had the whole border match up. So yay me, happy about that. Except at StitchCon, up came subscriber Linda and showed me her completed Little Red Chair sampler on 56 count using silk. Oh my gosh, so cute. Now I'm not going to abandon this. I already have the border done, but I'm ready to go down that rabbit hole of 56 count with silk and making some of those things just so sweet and tiny and good. She said the next one she's going to do is Kind Deeds. It's also Scarlet. Little Deeds. I have it also kitted up, but I haven't started it yet. So, you know, I could switch it out to 56 count and silks because so sweet. Anyway, Linda, thank you. I actually like being thrown down that rabbit hole. That's fine. Okay, another new start that I did is velvet parsnip needle book from Stacy Nash, and I bought the pattern originally from at market time and got it and saw all the materials I would need to finish it and knew I'd not be able to source those materials, so I ordered the kit from Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin. I have, of course, all the called for threads then and all the materials I need, and I have a little start on a little rabbit. That's how far I am. I haven't had much time. So, another new start. Fun. New starts, yay! So, I've got 1, 2, 3 new starts, and I've been working on my whips. So that's 3 weeks of stitching. Now Jane Hopkins did not get all 7 days that she was supposed to. First week of the month, like life throws a curveball and plans go whoosh. So she had 3 days, and then just the other day I got another day in. So she's only had 4 days this month. But now she's focus piece and okay, serious business, 7 days a week. Okay, I have haul to show. Okay, I have my fabric from Bestitch Me Fabric Club. I'm in the neutral club. Now, is this showing up? This shows up green. It's really not green, it's like coppery color. Well, it's called brass. No, it's called bronze, Bronze Age. Anyway, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But it's, I call it more coppery color. Anyway, that's my fabric from my fabric club. And then I saw on Kitten Stitcher that she had more of the Blackbird fabrics, ties that bind, I think that was the name of it. 2-yard cuts, $10. $5 a yard. Are you kidding? So I grabbed another one of these, and then of course you can't just order one thing. And so I picked up also her pattern, Painted Flowers. I love this. Look at that. It's stitched, the model is stitched on Black Swan from Fox and Rabbit. There's a light version of it pictured on the back. I don't know what they stitched it on, but I really love the black version. Love it. So I got that. And also picked up some rickrack from Dames of the Needle, Mad Hatter's, what? Tea towel, Mad Hatter's tea towel. So it looks like, you know, old grungy rickrack. Love that. So that's from Kitten Stitcher. And then, after I ordered that, I thought, why did I only get one piece of that fabric? It's $5 a yard, Karen. What are you thinking? So I got another 2-yard cut of the sampler fabric, a 2-yard cut of the blue fabric, and a 2-yard cut of the, I think it's called parchment, but whatever that color is. So I got more fabric. $5 a yard. Come on, you can't get $5 a yard. Hobby Lobby. Just saying. And I also saw on her site this fig tree pattern. It's called a radish, but I've seen it done in just orange color, and and it looks like carrots. And so, you know, more pincushions. Carrots, tomatoes, strawberries, you know, more the merrier. So that's from Fig Tree. Sorry, my throat is just a wreck. And that's not all. Sorry for the deep dive. Ugh. From Lindy Stitches, she's doing a class, an online virtual class on finishing, and offers the project entirely kitted up, or you can just take the class and do your own sourcing of materials. Well, I got the kit, so I don't have to kit it up. So in the box, there's, well, cookies for, you know, sustenance. I'll say save them for the class, I promise. And so here's the item I'm going to finish. It's a needle book. And I'll stitch my own initial there. And that has to be pre-stitched before the online class on July 22nd. And I just saw in my email this morning, and I think it was sent this morning, maybe it was yesterday, but that she has some kits left. So if you want to jump on this, you get lessons from Lindy and Lois from Lady.Creates. I buy her stuff all the time. Yeah, I want to know how to do it the right way, so why wouldn't I do this? It's included all of the finishing items, everything you need to finish it, and some fun stickers, because, you know, we love stickers. Oops, and the fabric and floss. So that'll be a July 22nd class, and I need to get my pre-stitching done. So that brings me to plans, right? Yep, plans, okay. Get my book of days out here, okay. So since I've decided I need a little adjustment in my yearly plan, not just all those big, huge samplers, but some other things too. I laid out July, and this is what it looks like. For Jane Hopkins, she will be the first week of the month as part of the Hats First Week of the Month Sal, and that will also count as the focus piece. So that 1 week will check 2 boxes. I have to pre-stitch my Ruffled Feathers needlebook. For the small seasonal category that I always have, I usually allow myself 3 days on small seasonal. Well, I'm going to make it count for 2 things, because again, July Stitch Camp, the pattern has to feature something that grows. Well, I've looked at my Prairie Schooler Santas, because daughter has said she would like Prairie Schooler Santas, and I've picked one that Santa is holding a tree, and a tree grows, so that counts. So again, check, 2 things. That'll be my July Stitch Camp. I'm going to do my 3 days on my red sampler, which is Maria Vincenza Laricchia. She didn't get touched at all the whole month. This month was just a mess. And then 5 days on Forget-Me-Not. I have to get some more progress going on that. So that's what's coming up. So by the time I see you at my next Flosstube, which will be the 7th of July, that should be the end of my first week. So I will have Jane Hopkins to show you, and then see what else I get done the rest of this week. I have another whole week, so you never know. I might get a lot of stuff done. Okay, so those are my plans. And we are down to a little celebration. I was so thrilled that just a few days after my last video, my subscriber number ticked up to over 3K, and that's so exciting. I'm so happy that people are enjoying what they see, and they're happy to come back again, and it's wonderful. So I have a little celebration, and I'm going to be very careful with my words, and anything you write in your comments, please be very careful with your words. I have some things that you might like to receive. I have 4 things here. The first and the most exciting is from Fat Quarter Shop. Bless their hearts. Kimberly and group, so generous. So they are doing a Santa's Bake Shop mystery starting early in July. I'm not sure which date, but very early, maybe even on the 7th when I do my Flosstube. I'm unable to participate in it, but they have happily agreed to offer to one of my viewers a $50 gift certificate to be used on anything on their site. In addition, the PDF pattern for Santa's Bake Shop Mystery. If you wish to spend your gift certificate for the finishing items for Santa's Bake Shop Mystery, you may do that, or you may have the pattern and choose to spend the $50 on something else. The only caveat on this FQS gift is that you must be willing to send me your email address. And that's how you will receive the gift certificate and the PDF pattern. And since this is by email, I'm able to offer this to my international viewers also, so please feel free to do that. The other items, at this point, I can't. I just don't have income from this channel, so no. So the next ones will be US only, but this is for everyone, so I hope everyone will be happy to want to receive this. If you are interested in this, put the numeral 1 in your comment. Don't write the word, excuse me, put the number 1. I'm not going to do sentences and all that kind of stuff, so, okay. Now, if you would like to receive number 2, I have made a project bag from the Blackbird Designs fabric, my favorite kind with the vinyl front. And anyway, so this is number 2, and this is a red project bag. Number 2, not the word, remember, put the numeral 2. Did I do this right? Yes, okay. Number 3, I'm sorry, my voice. Number 3 is, again, from Blackbird Designs fabric, and this is a sampler pattern, and this is I think the color is called Parchment. So this is number 3. If you're interested in receiving number 3, put the numeral 3 in your comment. Number 4, this is my copy of the pattern Velvet Parsnip Needlebook from Stacy Nash. Now this is the one I bought at market time. The one I'm using is from the kit that I purchased. So this is the only way I will give away a pattern is if I've purchased it and not stitched it. I would not share a pattern that I've stitched because frankly I think that's cheating the designer from his or her rightful compensation for their intellectual property. Just, I don't know if that's because I came from the academic world, but you know, intellectual property is important. So I haven't stitched this, so I purchased it and I'm ready to give it to you. So numeral 4 if you're interested in this. And that's our big whoop-de-doo now. Again, be careful what you say in your comments. Don't use any of those words that the internet trolls look for so that they can snag up some stuff that they're not even interested in probably, but they just want stuff. So don't put those words in there. You must be 18, at least 18, so I can legally get your address. What was the other thing? You have to, if for number 1, you have to be willing to give me your email address. Don't use those words. Da, 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 da. I don't know. But you know how these things work. Okay, just be careful. Okay, so the next video on July 7, I will announce the winners. So get your comments in, like, let's say by midnight on Thursday the 6th, because then I can do my number drawing when I get up early and get set up. So don't wait until the 7th. So let's say before July 7. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. So if you're seeing this weeks later, I'm sorry. Watch for another celebration at another time. Okay, so that's it for the cross-stitch portion of the Flosstube. Now we'll move on to the quilts. You'll notice I have 2 quilts behind me. They're patriotic quilts. They're the only patriotic quilts I have at this time. I made a patriotic quilt for my brother, who is Sergeant Major USMC retired, for one of his for a landmark birthday for him. So he has the other one. So these are the only other ones I have. Now this one on this side, the pattern is called Lady of the Lake from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'll talk about that. The only reason this is patriotic, of course, was my choice of fabrics and colors. The other one is Uncle Sam, and we'll talk about that one too in a minute. So let me show you the patterns and the information. So Uncle Sam is a pattern that I ordered. It came from Quiltmaker, the Quiltmaker pattern collection. There, let me cover this. Okay, there's some information there. Maybe you can screenshot it or something. I assume this is still available. It was first published in 2005. I made this and I ordered it and made it in 2014, so it was still available then. I'm hoping it is. So the other one is Lady of the Lake quilt, and I have, my label says it was a quilt along with Fat Quarter Shop. I don't remember that it was a quilt along, but I said it was a quilt along. I'm going to cover up this information. And as I recall, the PDF for a single block was free, but if you wanted the pattern and dimensions for making other sizes, like laptop, twin, queen, or king, that there was a nominal charge for the PDF, and that's what I got, so I could make the quilt. And I made the lap size quilt. Okay, so awkward transition. Once again, I apologize. I do not know how to edit, and so I have to carry the camera. Don't get sick. And I have all kinds of stuff not to trip over here, so be careful. Okay, unplug. Okay. Okay, come over here first. Okay, Lady of the Lake. It's a beautiful design. Well, triangles, you can't miss with triangles, honestly. Aren't they fun? And Fat Quarter Shop's pattern was so great to follow. Half square triangles, big triangle. Well, they're all half square triangles. Either they were small or big. I chose all my red, white, and blue fabrics. And the neutrals as white as I could find. I think these little background fabrics with the dots and the triangles, I think they were Hobby Lobby or something. They were a great find because they're a great little neutral. And the quilting pattern, can you see the pattern there? That pattern, that is a pantograph. The name of it is Dancing Stars, and the company that sells that pantograph is Urban Elements. There you can see it maybe a little bit better. Okay, and with a long arm, if you don't know, and most of you don't, a long arm, the front side of the machine, you're watching your needle and you're steering with your needle. But on the back side of the machine, there's a table where you spread out a paper pattern, and then there's a laser light, and you trace the laser light to make this repeating pattern. So the pattern goes across, and then you come back over, and you line it up again so the pattern, fills in. They're very clever the way they do it, and it all fills in and fits together. So that's Lady of the Lake. Okay. I actually pulled out my pantograph here. Okay. So if you're a long armer, or you're going to ask your long armer to do this, the name of this pattern is Star Dance, and it is from Urban Elements. Okay. Now, actually, pantograph sounds easy. It's not easy. I would rather do custom than pantograph any day. Okay, the next one, Uncle Sam. He's a cutie pie. Oops, now I'm gonna trip and I'm gonna move a lamp and, oh yeah, show you all my mess here. Okay, so we have Uncle Sam. This was of course it was scrappy, but it was scrappy with all my red, white, and blues. I'll show you a close-up of the quilting in a bit. There's Uncle Sam, and this little brim on his hat is a flange. It's not sewn down, it's like a little flap. And then his face is blank. Then I quilted the beard with little, put star buttons on his vest, stripes in his pants. And then everything is scrappy. So you have lots of half square triangles going around here with the back and the zigzag. was relatively early, so I was practicing everything. I was, using a ruler to do straight lines. I used a curve. I had a circle template so I could do these curves. This is called dart and egg or egg and dart. Someone else could tell you what that really is called. That's an old traditional hand quilter's design, but did it on the machine. And lots of continuous curve. Again, that was an early design to be learned because it's so versatile. And then let's see, and then inside this star, I made a little template for myself, but found I couldn't really use the template. I had to eyeball it, and it came out pretty well. Kind of using the blocks to mark off, okay, do a loop here, and then do and make that point to that corner, and and anyway. So that was fun. So that one's Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the perfect size that I was looking for. I'm in the lower level of our house, and the family room wall has the fuse box cover for the house. Not unusual. The builder painted the wall and painted the cover of the fuse box, so it's not too obnoxious, but still it's a cover of a fuse box. So in my house, I have, like, on this side, there's a window, and then the fuse box is here, and then there's a little jut out in the wall. So this is the perfect size that fits in. So Uncle Sam is there all summer, and now we're in Florida, so I'm not switching them out as much, but I've done, I did a winter one that has snowman, and I did a couple other that are more generic that I switch out just for interest, but I like having that fuse box covered, so that's what I did. That's specifically why I wanted it for the design, but the size was perfect, so, and I have been able to make several other things to put there. So those are my patriotic quilts. Hope you enjoyed that little tour. So thanks so much for stopping by. Hope to see you next time. I'll see you, and remember, if you want to comment to have a chance to receive something from me, make your comment before July 7. Before July 7, okay. And that'll be my next day of recording. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.